Well, it finally happened today, guys. I lost $5,000 in one trade. My win streak is officially over, right? No fluff. I'm not going to hide anything. It's just raw, real trading. Losses are always there. They will always be there. I lose a lot, but we've been on a hot streak recently. So this is just the reality, right? Let's talk about what went wrong, what I learned today, and why this might be my most valuable day of the month, right? And if you've been following me for the past couple weeks, past couple months, you know I've been on a solid win streak, 24 straight days or straight trading days without a loss. You know, locking in green days consistently, avoiding bad trading days, staying disciplined, following my levels, following my pre-market plan. But this morning, everything kind of flipped, right? My internet went down, had some power outage, literally right at the market open, threw me off a little bit. Plus, I deviated from my pre-market plan. You know, maybe got a little bit of FOMO from the drop this morning. Maybe I saw a good setup. I'll show you my setup. But now looking back at it, everything that happened after it actually happened, reviewing my trade, maybe I should have avoided it, right? We'll talk about that today. We'll talk about everything. But before we get started, man, let's go over what my bias was today, what my zones were, what my levels were, and what I was trying to do with the market, right? I took a short and I ended up losing a decent bit of money. So this was the short I took right after this aggressive drop happened. And checking out my pre-market plan for today, right? This short was actually not a part of my pre-market plan.
Subscribe right now.
Let's go right here. Open this guy up right here. So this short was not a part of my pre-market plan. So for shorts, I wanted to yes under 36,335 into the 25s, an aggressive sell from 60 or 63.50 supply. So I didn't get any of that for the shorts. So what actually ended up happening today is we had a very, very aggressive sell-off right at the open. So let's go ahead and review what happened. So I was looking for shorts under these pre-market lows right here, right at these 35s into these 25s, right around that level. And that's exactly what happened, but I did not get a room for entry. So my plan today wasn't waiting on a break of this demand, right, for a move down into these 18s or basically the 308s. It was to wait for a break of these, y'all can't see it. It was to wait for a break of these pre-market lows right here, right? For an aggressive move into the 25s, right? But we actually ended up aggressively breaking both of my demand levels with one major candle. Now, this is what actually caused the play for me to be super interested and why I actually really wanted to take this setup after this drop. So NVIDIA's been leading the market recently with this $4 trillion market cap, had an aggressive sell-off. The VIX was popping, right? It was popping to the upside. Everything looked absolutely great for these shorts, and NQ dive bombed, and right at the open right here is when my internet died. So, my longs with this demand at the pre-market highs would have paid off. My shorts breaking this level and a little bit of a retest would have been hard to catch, but that would have paid off as well. And as you can take a look at the footprint chart here, what do we see as the market is making an insane move down, breaking all of my key levels? We see volume go from 15 to 22 to negative 2K delta to 52,000 volume and negative almost 5,000 delta, with all the volume mostly being at the bottom. These sellers were getting rewarded, right? And as the market started to retest back up into my broken demand level on the 5-minute time frame, we see something pretty nice happen. We get a sell imbalance that gets tapped into and respected. We get dead volume on the top. And the most important thing for me here was what Bookmap was showing me, right? We get a very super aggressive move down. Sellers are way in control, right? And as we start to make our way back up, we get buy side exhaustion. Buyers start to get thinner and thinner, having issues filling these levels, right? Issue filling these passive sell offers. And then on this move down, we see sellers start to fill passive buy offers and hold beneath price. When I see that, and on this retest back up, right? When I see sellers take back control after buyers got exhausted, that was my signal for entry. And that's when I hopped into this position short with 7 points of risk, looking for these 308s, which was the next low we had on the chart. Not realizing on the longer time frame, we just took out major liquidity, right? Major liquidity right here. And after a huge move, what can we expect? Chop, right? So I got thrown off today. I made mistakes today, not only, in analyzing the market, but also with my position sizing. I should not have dropped as much size on this trade with 7 points of risk as I did. I ended up losing $5,200, way more than I was expected to do on a short at all-time high. I should not have dropped that many contracts. Internet died out. I opened up my laptop. I hopped on a hotspot. I saw the play and I took it right away. Well, my head was in a mess. I was upset about the internet, and I was live with my mentorship students for this trade right here. And most of them, right, especially our other analyst that was with me, Daniel, caught this move off the open, caught the move down off the open. And Maybe I had FOMO, maybe I didn't. I usually don't have FOMO. I saw a great setup and I forgot to take a look at the overall picture. I forgot to readjust size based on my risk, right? I forgot to just be prepared and be aware of my pre-market plan. I didn't plan for price to do this. Did not plan for price to skydive, break through 3 of my levels, and have an aggressive breakthrough my second level with the retest. This was not part of my plan. This was part of my plan, and it played out, just no retest. So me being thrown off for a loop after we had an insane knife down, and the only reason I actually was able to consider the setup was just because how aggressive this move down actually was. Everything was there. Everything I needed was there, 100%. Even the entry trigger was great. Everything looked absolutely perfect for a continuation down because the move down was very, very aggressive. A little bit of news from Powell to kind of back it off as well, or back it up as well. But looking back at the overall theme of the market, what do we see, right? We see the market on a larger time frame. Let's go ahead and remove these drawings. On the larger time frame, be very, very bullish, and major liquidity was just taken out and swept, right? For me, at these lows, I really, really want to see, right? I really, really want to see an aggressive close below. And we did. And I really want to see a weak retest. And we saw that. We saw both of those, right? And got in, late entry, 7 points of risk. And we actually held my buy level that we had marked out for a while. This buy level has been there for a really long time. Held it to the T and started to get bought back up and retest. This should have been my play. I should have actually taken a retest of this level as per my pre-market plan. This was a great setup, but it was not included in my pre-market plan. So, and again, we can't actually predict that the market's going to have an insane, like massive 30-point drop off the open and take major liquidity. So I was rushed, internet died off. I made a lot of mistakes, sized up, and I paid the price. I paid the price and we took some L's. So currently we are sitting at about $52,000 for the month. Up 4,000 today, my first red day in a very, very long time. So unfortunately, that is the way she has to go. Losses are part of the game. I still make mistakes, and I want to show you guys all the mistakes that I still make, right? I've been doing this for 10 years, and these mistakes aren't over. They still happen. They still are there. So to take off this, to recap, yes, it was a good setup. Yes, we had the aggressive close. Yes, we had a good retest. But we should have looked at the longer time frame. We should have analyzed that, okay, we're just sweeping some major liquidity. Maybe be a little bit more patient and follow your pre-market plan and look for the shorts up here, right? And again, I messed up and I still mess up, right? We've been in a very good hot win streak. As we're coming back into this level, what happened, it got towards 11 o'clock and I was looking for another short here that would have paid off, but it was 11. I'm not playing for this boring ass 11 a.m. chop, not happening. Lunchtime chop is not for me. So again, happy with what I did. We ate a loss, but we kept it calm. We didn't chase the market after we lost. We didn't have crazy FOMO after we missed this move down that a lot of y'all caught in the group, which is awesome. But I hope this video will kind of teach you guys and show you the real reality and the raw reality of trading, right? It's not, I'm not going to sugarcoat my losses, right? I'm here to show you what real trading looks like. You can be doing this for a very long time and still make mistakes. And again, it's all a lot to do with emotional aspects of it, especially with my internet being dead, having to switch setups really quickly, being live with the mentorship group. A lot of it threw me off. So if you want to succeed in the game, right, you have to take days like this to the chin. You have to analyze, learn, what did I do wrong today? What can I do better tomorrow, right? The losses do not define me, and how I respond to the losses, that is what defines how I will trade, how I will be successful in the long run. So tomorrow, back to the basics, right? Back to doing the same thing we've been doing for the past 30 days, the past win streak, right? No hero trades, no revenge trade, no sizing up, just literally process, just discipline, just being aware that if something abnormal like this happens at the open, I take a step back and I look at the longer time frame picture again, right? If my internet cuts off, if I have to switch setups really fast, maybe I just sit on my hands, right? And again, these things happen all the time, It's not a new thing. So if you are trading today, just do me one favor, protect your capital, learn from my mistakes. And if you made money today on a great setup, absolutely awesome. If you try to chase the market because you FOMO'd and missed this big drop and got caught into some major chop, that's what you can do better tomorrow. That's what the lesson you can take from today to take on into tomorrow. So I hope this video, hopefully, right, helped you or made you feel less alone in your whole trading journey, right? So please drop a like and subscribe. All I ask you to do, it's free. It costs you nothing. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. I appreciate y'all watching this video. I'll be posting some more live trading videos here for y'all, and we have a lot more educational content planned for you guys as well that we'll be dropping in on this YouTube channel to help to hopefully make you guys able to trade like me on your own, be self-sufficient. That's the main goal of this channel, guys. So anyways, let me know what other kind of videos you want me to drop down below in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.